Hello everybody, and welcome to the start of our driving video on this gorgeous 56 Gullwing. Some days are better than others. We're going to take the car out on the highway. We're going to head towards the airport for the photo shoot, and Tim Quacksister, partner in crime, will walk you through everything. So let's roll.
We are in our 1956 Mercedes 300SL Gullwing. My journey with this car started in 2014. I bought it from Peter Kumar at Gullwing Motor Cars. I'm sure lots of you know Peter. He's a great guy, and in our pictures we're going to show the car when I bought it from him. It was silver with a tan interior, and we brought it to Victoria, BC to have it completely restored. So this was a US version that we restored for the purposes of being sold to a client of ours in Monaco. And so as a part of the restoration process, we converted everything over to Euro spec. So if you notice, the speedometer is now in kilometers instead of miles like it would be in the North American spec, and we removed all the bumper overriders from the bumper to give it that cleaner look, and made sure everything is in Celsius. So anybody buying a Euro spec car, this is exactly, I guess, how it would come. So like any restoration, they always cost more than you think, take longer than you thought, but the finished product of this one is absolutely incredible. I've driven, I don't know, 30 or 40 Gullwings in my life, or Gullwings and Roadsters in my life, and this far exceeds the quality and drive of any 300SL I've ever spent any time in. It really is a true testament to the quality of the restoration, that every square inch of this car is either replaced or redone. The body shop who did all the body work is called Coachworks Restoration, which Coachworks as a body shop has been around, and they've restored close to 100 300SLs over the years. They worked quite closely with Rudy & Company, which is now closed and has switched to Coachworks Restoration. So all the guys from Coachworks are still there, but it was led by Rudy & Company, or Rudy Konachek, for all these years, 40 years. He concentrated primarily on the 300SLs, and hats off to Rudy. He really did pour his heart and soul into these cars in every single way, and made sure that he was always passionate about the cars, and the quality of his restorations are certainly second to none. So body and paint was done by Coachworks Restorations. Mike Graham's who runs the body shop. You're certainly welcome to pick up the phone and talk to him. Mike saves all the pictures of every car to make sure that you can see what was done the whole way through, but every piece of metal on this car would be absolutely perfect before he would attempt to paint it and put the car back together. So in every square inch of the metal, that's been done, and then the frame would be made sure that it's 100% true. Any imperfections would be fixed. But this car started off as quite a good candidate for the restoration. But probably the coolest thing about this car specifically is the original color. This is DB190 graphite gray, which isn't a super common color, but to me it's one of the best colors. It's got one of the most beautiful sinister looks to it, but has a real classy look. You know, a black car is always going to look sinister, but it doesn't have the beauty like this one does. During the restoration, the past owner decided to make sure he had the summer seat cushions, which you can see here are the plaid, and then we have the leather seat cushions, which would be matching the dash and center console and the balance of the leather on the car. So it does come with both sets, and it was quite common back in the day to have a summer set and a winter set. Obviously you have no air conditioning. This little handle right here, that's as much air conditioning as you get. So if you close that, it closes the vent from outside. You open it, it allows some air inside the car. These cars are actually tremendous when you open these little quarter windows here and you have the wind coming back in the car. You have this vent open, and then the back of the ceiling, the air goes out. If you look at the headliner here at the back, so this is open to the outside of the car. So now we're driving along. It's, you know, it's a warm enough day. It's not hot, but by no means are you hot. This isn't a car that requires air conditioning to stay cool inside the cabin. Behind us, you'll notice there's a two-piece luggage set. The original luggage was a Carl Bache luggage set. This is quite common in restorations to add a set by a gentleman in New York named Terrace Cherison. And his luggage sets, I think, are just phenomenal. They're very appearing correct. He does them in the same leather, the same hide that you would have on the seats to make sure that they match as closely as possible. This car, the current odometer reading is 1,186 kilometers. Before the restoration was completed, so I was pushing there. It's a little tight still, the seals are tight. This one has 1,186 kilometers on the odometer. Currently, about 500 miles gets put on every car before it leaves the shop, and make sure that everything is working as it should. So, you know, John can take note of every instrument in the car was refinished by Palo Alto Speedometer. They're in California, and they're definitely one of the best companies for restoring instruments. All of these are in Celsius for temperature. Kilograms, CM2 over here, and then the fuel tank over here. So what is it about the 300SL that I love the most? I think it's just that it's one of the most iconic cars ever built. Has a story in so many people's journey of collecting cars. You know, almost every car collection that we ever visit that is what we would deem, you know, a great car collection starts or has a 300SL in it. You know, we've built quite a few car collections with friends and clients over the years, and you know, this is almost always a starting point. They made 1,434 300SL Gullwings, and they differ slightly for a few different variations. The first 50 300SLs made had the gooseneck shifter, which would have come from being mounted forward there, and then after the first 50 cars, this is where your shifter remained for the balance of the next 1,300 odd cars. There was early cars that had welting on the eyebrows on the outside of the car, and that is what affixes the eyebrow to the fender in the rear quarter panel. So there was 213 cars made with the exterior welting on the eyebrows, and then knockoff wheels. There was an NSL motor, which was a change in the cam. Never had disc brakes in a Gullwing. The treadle vac braking system was on the early cars. The later cars, this one included. We went to a new style system that was deemed a little bit more reliable. And then there's stuff like a radio. This one has been upgraded for iPod integration and Bluetooth. So the original radio has been modified to look like this, but we have the actual original radio. When this car was sold new, it didn't leave the factory with Rudge knockoff wheels. We added them during the restoration. It's about a $50,000 job to add Rudge wheels, but we did retain the original wheels with the date codes on them, and we did retain axles that would have come with the car from new with the standard wheels with hubcaps. This car also would have bumper overriders that it left the factory with. We still have those, so that if you ever did want to reinstall them, we could. The Euro look is a clean look that we really enjoy, but to each his own. So that is there if you do want to add them down the road. I think the drivability of the 300SL is also what makes it so special. It's one of those cars that you can get into, and it drives very much like a more modern car than it is. I have a 54 Cadillac, Series 62 convertible, and it's funny, every time I drive that, it just feels so archaic in comparison to a Mercedes-Benz of the same time. It's going to come in the front, lift it up. Sorry, we're just trying to close the window.
The seal's too new and too tight.
It's just, that's going to come up. We're going to get Dave to look at it. That'll get fixed. But it just doesn't feel like an archaic car to drive. It's a very fun car to drive. The stability of the car is great. It tracks down the road incredibly well, and it's a car that's just so easy to get into and go use. It's not like an old Corvette that your steering wheel is 2 inches from your chest. It's not like an old Cadillac that wanders all over the road. It's a very, very stable, fun driving car. Like, I have a 56 Speedster also, and I would say the same is true with that car. You get into it, and it drives down the road straight, and you don't feel like you're going to drift off the road because everything's so sloppy. This car, every movement that you make is very, very tight. Feels great. The clutch, the way it functions, is great. The transmission is easy to shift. This one, obviously, it's been restored to perfection. Every nut and bolt has been gone through and ensure that it's restored absolutely perfect. There's no money that needs to be spent on this car. It's not a 3-year wait to get a restoration finished. And you drive it today, it's ready to go. Just a little bit on the originality. On these cars, there's a tag down by my knee here. I don't know if you can see it, Joel. That's your body tag. So anybody that doesn't know 300SL, there's a body tag, a chassis tag, a motor number, and 2 axle stamps and a steering box stamp. So, and the rear end stamp. So that's the tag right there. So you have one inside the cabin. That's your body tag. Underneath the hood on the firewall is a body number also, and that will match this here. And then on the firewall on the inside, right inside the motor in here, you're going to have a chassis plate, which will have the production numbers of the car plus the details of which chassis number it is. That will also be stamped into the chassis in the front left corner. On both axles, you'll have 2 numbers that differ, but they are stamped and on the data card, which will information to verify that it is an original numbers matching car. That's a common thing that people always ask: is it original numbers matching? Yes, this is original numbers matching. It has its original transmission, original motor, original chassis, original body. Everything is the way that it left the factory, aside from the wedge wheels, which we changed, and the gauges, which we moved over to kilometers and whatnot, and then the added luggage. So the data card shows everything, and we'll point out all the numbers in our photos so that you can see exactly what it was when it left the factory. Speed in this car is something that is fun. It's not terrifying. So, a lot of collector cars, you get up to 50 miles an hour, you run out of courage. This is a car at 120 miles an hour. I've driven one, and they love to be brought up to speed. It was built as a race car new, and it still has a lot of those characteristics. Opportunity here, we'll open it up a little bit. So right now I'm doing about 60 miles an hour in third gear. Now about the same in fourth gear, and it's 2,500 RPM. We put different gears in this car when it was restored to be sure that it was great for highway driving. A lot of these cars, you do 60 miles an hour and you're at 4,000 RPM, and it's just not an enjoyable drive. This car was destined for Europe, and it didn't end up making it there. Because the person who restored it had to sell it in the end, changing life. That happens over a 3-year period, so we ended up taking it back. But this one is so drivable. If you were on the highway driving at 70 or 80 miles an hour, go down the highway straight, have no overheating issues or whatnot, so no concerns there. I think taking note of all the bright work in the car, everything's done properly. The steering wheel, this is what you would have left the factory with new. This steering wheel does fold away, so when you're getting in and out of the car, it's easy to get in and out. Just open it up. So we're at 75 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour. I'm hard on the brakes now, downshifting. Sounds perfect, drives perfect. It's everything you'd expect from a freshly restored car that was restored by a marque specialist. The guys in the shop at Coachworks Restoration, we believe in them immensely. They have 3 of our 300SLs in there getting restored right now. For different clients that we've sold them to. They know their stuff, and I think the best thing that they should be proud of is their cars don't look great, they drive great, and then they look great after that. And I think that is the biggest difference between a marque specialist and somebody who's capable of putting it to work together. I've restored cars in shops, not 300SLs, but other cars in shops that maybe weren't marque specialist, and inevitably you always have a shopping list of stuff to fix that wasn't done right or wasn't done the way it should have been done from the factory. And this is one of those cars that I'd get in this and drive it to New York, and I know it would get me there without fail. It would be a lot of fun, and you don't have to worry about it. So peace of mind in a quality restoration is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I tried to fix lousy restorations in 300SLs, and almost always you end up starting from scratch. You pull one thing off and you're, well, I'm this far in, I might as well do another, you might as well do another, might as well do another, and it's an ongoing, never-ending problem. You don't get to the finish line easily because you want to try and achieve the best, and this one's already there. There's absolutely nothing that you would need to do. Everything works the way it should. Functions properly. Like that sound of a 300SL downshifting is one of my favorite sounds ever. same vintage. These cars just hold the road well, they accelerate super well. I hope everybody gets the chills when they listen to the motor just opening up. Like, the sound of this car when you're in it almost always gives you goosebumps. The amount of people that nod their head and just know that you have something beautiful is pretty fun to see, because people that just aren't car people, they see the beauty of this car and they cannot stop looking and just saying, you know, what a beautiful car. I've driven lots of 300SLs, and that's one of the most common things, is people just want to stop and look and say, wow, you must be proud, wow, what a beautiful car. You know, and it's a testament to Mercedes-Benz for designing a car that this many years later just gets better. It doesn't, it's never gotten old looking at a 300SL every day. We have 2 or 3 in the shop right now, and it's enjoyable every day to walk in, and almost every 300SL has a great story. This one's journey has only begun again. You know, we're excited to see where it ends up. We fully intend on having some great car collectors considering this one. We are happy to help in any way, establish you know, shipping boats or whatnot that you need, and make sure that the car gets to its next home safely. So we're pulling up to the hangar here where we're going to shoot the car. Our photographer is following us, so we'll come back to you and do a walk around video, but really just wanted to make sure everybody got a driving experience in this car, and what a pleasure it is. I hope you all watch this entire video, and we will get back to you with the walk around video. Enjoy.